Zach Snyder's The Justice League. I'm gonna let my man's Cat Williams tell you about these 4 hours and 2 minutes.
This shit right here, nigga. This shit right here, nigga. Right here, this shit, nigga. This shit here, nigga.
Yeah, that's what it is. What's good with it, people? Welcome to the Joe Blacula Perspective. See, now last time I was looking at I need to be looking at the viewfinder. That's what I need to be looking at. Don't look at the camera because that's how I was messing up. Look at the viewfinder. That's better. Okay. What's good with it, people? Welcome to the Joe Blacula Perspective presents Behind the Curtain, where I will either be reviewing or revisiting movies and sharing my honest thoughts and opinions on them. And I am your host, the infamous Joe Blacula. Cue my drop.
Joe Blacula.
Good looking out, people. Zack Snyder's Justice League, also known as the Snyder Cut, was directed by Zach Snyder both times, who is best known for directing the movies 300 in 2006, Watchmen in 2009, Man of Steel in 2013, Batman vs. Superman or Batman v Superman in 2016, and Justice League, the original cut, in 2017. Bottom line, Zach makes loud, violent, special effects heavy movies with a lot of slow motion, a lot of dramatic poses, and a lot of Beyonce wind machine effects so that their hair can blow. Starring the Justice League, the same group from the 2017 version. Has a running time of 4 hours and 2 minutes. It actually could have been about 3 hours and 20 minutes if it wasn't so many slow motion special effects scenes. But I am going to kick this off by saying that those 4 hours and 2 minutes were well worth it. When I got done watching it the first time, the first thing I did was I sent my bro Reg a text message and then I ran that boy right back and watched it again. So for me, them 4 hours really only felt like about 2. This version is rated R for a lot of special effects heavy violence. Folk was getting stabbed, horses were getting thrown. I ain't never seen no movie where horses were getting thrown. A few filth words were peppered about here and there.
I never said no filth.
There was one scene early on in the movie when this heist was taking place and one of the terrorists told these group of kids to shut the fuck up. I was like, oh, so this is where we going. And I was with all of it. Let's go. Let me start off by saying this. I really like what Zack Snyder has done with all of the DC properties. I love the look to his movies, the restricted colors, the lighting, the shading of all of his movies. I think I first paid attention to it in the movie 300. It just has like this look to it, almost kind of comic bookish looking. I loved his movie Man of Steel. Great story. Loved the whole reinvention of Superman. Henry Cavill is an awesome Superman. And I liked Ben Affleck as Batman or The Dark Knight. Why? Because I had that novel, The Dark Knight Returns, from Frank Miller in '86. I think I was about 12 when that came out. And that was one of the best books that I have ever read. Batman was old, he was gray, he wasn't trying to fight you, he was just trying to put you down quick and get it over with. Oh, pause. But I loved it, and that's who Ben Affleck reminded me of. Even my history with the Saturday morning cartoons. I used to love the Super Friends, the Justice League of America, the Legion of Doom. I hated the Wonder Twins though. Why would you turn yourself into a bucket of water? But when I was grown, Batman the Animated Series debuted on September 5th, 1992. I remember September 5th because that was my mother's birthday. That means she was 51. The series ran for 3 years. It was dope, man. This TV show was dark and a lot more serious. And you know what? I am still waiting for Clayface to show up in the DC universe. How you gonna debut Harley Quinn before Clayface? Anyway, I ain't about to get too... Kevin Conroy as the ultimate voice for Batman. Sidebar, Mark Hamill was the voice for Joker on Batman the Animated Series. I honestly think that Mark Hamill is the second best Joker next to Heath Ledger, but that's a whole other convo for another day. Okay, so this movie debuted on HBO Max on Thursday, March 18th, 2021. I'd been waiting on this one because I really enjoyed the Zack Snyder recut of Batman vs. Superman. I avoided all the posts on Friday, March 19th, the day after it came out, because some of y'all cats just be entirely too thirsty with dropping spoilers. and I spent Saturday, March the 20th watching the movie. There's a disclaimer letting you know that the movie was shot in a 4:3 format. I'm like, what the hell? Why? Why would you do that? Well, cause that's what Zach wanted. Cool, I ain't paying too much of a mind after about 5 minutes. And man, I cannot remember too much about the original Justice League in 2017, but what I do remember is that I hated the original intro with Superman and that $20 million digital mustache delete that they had. Henry Cavill at the time was shooting Mission Impossible Fallout, so his character had like this big mustache. And he had to come back to Justice League to do some reshoots, but he couldn't lose the mustache. So they digitally tried to pull it and it looks like trash. But that's the purpose of this recut. Much better opening sequence this time. The story is much fuller on the recut, and this time around I actually understood what was going on. All 5 character storylines were played out, especially Cyborg, Victor, the brother, but I was starting to get irritated with him about the beef that he had with his dad. I'm like, bro, enough already. But here's my question for Cyborg. How are you keeping your hairline so crispy with only half a head? Finally got to see Darkseid, or the knockoff Thanos. Even the villain Steppenwolf, the key antagonist again, even his story was deep. With all of his parademon partners, they all looked like flying crickets or flying roaches or something. But this time, in this version of it, they made his reasons for going after those 3 cubes a lot clearer to me. Made sense. His body had like this living armor that was always kind of like rippling and doing these waves. I really dug the sound effects that they added to it and the subtlety of the special effects. That was dope. And my mans was actually bringing it to those Amazonians and they horses too. The movie was broken up into 6 parts and each part had its own title, kind of like a book, like chapters to a book. Dope concept. But when you have a recut, you have to accept the fact that there are going to be some things of the original movie that might have gotten removed. And one of the things that they removed was in the first version, Superman hit Batman and knocked him into this police car. And in that same scene, I can't remember it exactly, but Batman acknowledged the fact that he had some cracked ribs. That got cut from the original. I thought that was funny the first time around because I'm like, yeah, you got hit, Bruce, by Superman and you got knocked into a police car. You ain't no metahuman, bro. Spoiler alert. And oh, the cameos. Special shout out to Chicago's own favorite actor, Harry J. Lennox, who played General Calvin Swanwick. And that was another character in the movie that made me say, yo, sneaky role, bro. Riddle me this. Has he been dude the whole time is what I'm thinking? If so, whoa, dope. Joe Morton is back, the original brother from another planet. He plays Victor's dad. Jeremy Irons plays a great Alfred. And J.K. Simmons, man, this dude got the entire game sold. J. Jonah Jameson for Marvel. And Commissioner Gordon in DC. Now this is still a spoiler alert grid. All I will say is that now I can see Jared Leto as the Joker. Great scene between him and Ben Affleck.
Isn't that right? Batman.
And Ben Affleck is also one of the executive producers of the movie along with Christopher Nolan. I am glad to know that Christopher Nolan is still involved. I guess my man is like, man, y'all better not mess up when I done got started over here. The ending sequences were dope because it seems like it had 4 endings to the movie. And it seems as if that dream that Bruce Wayne had in Batman vs. Superman, like it was finally playing itself out and that it was finally being addressed. And the black Superman suit is dope to see. I just need to look it up and find out exactly what it is and what purpose it serves. Like, why is it black? Is it black because he was dead before the fact and now he's back, so now he's like half dead? So when he gets back full alive, does that mean he's gonna graduate back to his regularly scheduled suit, the blue and red demonstration? And I also think that they were trying to drop some Easter eggs on the low. 2 things I noticed about Lois Lane. 1 was that engagement ring that she had on her hand, and 2 was this pregnancy test that she had in her drawer that they kept this long shot on. It was kind of in the background, but you could clearly see it. That took me down a whole other rabbit hole, but I'm gonna keep it moving. But Ben Affleck's face didn't look right when this visitor popped up on him at the crib, and Ben Affleck had came out and was having this conversation with this person. I don't know whether it was thinner. I'm saying, was that CGI? Was that a reshoot? In conclusion, when I saw that this movie was gonna be 4 hours, for the record, I was down for it. Please allow me to digress during my conclusion. Zach, I personally know how it is when you don't want to cut nothing out, man. The fear that folk are gonna constantly be telling you that you're talking too damn much. Make your reviews shorter. Don't nobody care about all that you be talking about. I completely understand and I'm right there with you. It's not our fault that we're surrounded by people whose lives are constantly being dictated by social media and that their attention spans only last a few seconds. And I represent a select few that like to hear people talk, especially when I know that they know what they're talking about. I like 20-minute movie reviews. I love documentaries, but this ain't about me right now. This is about the fact that y'all trashed the original version. I was kind of like, the first time I saw Justice League in 2017, but please believe that first version is still better than Wonder Woman 1984. I have to make some type of visual that says straight Tridash. My bro Reg gave me a very interesting story about how and why the first version got chewed up so bad. And in the credits, you see that the movie is dedicated to his daughter. Do the homework on that. Love, hate, or debate. I absolutely loved this movie and I'm gonna give it 4.5 Black Fists out of 5. Mainly because I needed something different from the other types of movies that had came out in the first quarter of 2021. Bottom line, this is the kind of movie that you get when you let a creator create and leave him the hell alone. And in the words of my mother, the late Rita Louise Whitaker, get somewhere and sit down. And hopefully with the success of this movie, they'll let Zach get back to do some more Justice League movies. Keeping them dark, keeping them violent, and keeping them rated R. Let Shazam be PG. All right, people, let's put a bow on this one because it is officially a wrap. If this was your first time visiting, your attendance was much obliged and highly appreciated. My reviews will get better. And until I hit the bullseye, I'm gonna keep throwing these darts. Please like, share, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell on the right side of the YouTube channel. It ought to be like over here in the corner. It looks like it's a little bell icon. Please hit it. Tell 10 people to text 10 people. I need to reach 25,000 subscribers. And whatever it is, whatever you think, comment below, let a brother know, and I will holler black in a few ticks. In a minute, people.